Hello everyone and welcome back to G2 Racers. Today I'm going to go through the manual from Novitec about how to change the sport shifter. Because in the last video I made 1 week ago, I said in the video that, when I do the all different steps, I would show the pictures and the description from Novitec how to do it. But if you have seen my last video, it becomes a complete mess. I was working like, it felt like a whole day for changing the bloody sport shifter because I had so much problems with getting out the fuse box, the battery tray and everything. It's just a catastrophe. But I managed to change it. Actually now, it's gone on 1 week. I'm very happy with the result. The gear stick is much more firmer now, and it's so much shorter and it feels so much more direct when you are changing gears. It's a bit more resistance to, in the old days with the old gears, everything was like rattling around. It was not always you felt like 100% sure that I will get the gear in, because it was, never mind. Today I'm going to go through the manual step by step and do a voiceover with every picture so you can see it. Also, I want to talk about the next coming videos. This week I have not made it. This is the first video for this week, and that is because I've been planning. I have had a short period. You were like, what should I do now with the car? I have so many different things I'm planning, and sometimes you get like, oh, what is the next step? But now I have ordered again things from alfisti.net, a new set of toys for my Alfa. Especially one thing that I'm very excited over, and I've been thinking about it for many months now, and that is another thing from Novitec, and that is the Novitec GP1. And of course, of those of you who know what it is it's a mechanic. No, it's not a mechanic. It's a small device that goes in to your ECU and makes the throttle response much quicker, because the fabric setting, the setting of the gas response when the car is new, it's much slower. So I mean, you push down the throttle and it takes a while before the car revs up. And with the Novitec GP1, you have, I think it's 3 steps, like normal. In the middle step, you have a 40% more faster response, and with the best setting, you have 75% faster response. And I understand that you can open it up to and do more adjustments for more steps. So this I'm very excited about, to see how it works. And of course I will do a very extensive video when that comes, when we will install it and we need to test it and see how it feels with the 2-3 different settings and with the fine adjustings in each setting. Of course, I have also one more thing coming. It's from Ram Air, let's talk English, American English, Ram Air. And that is a enclosed cold air induction kit. And I think it will be completely replacing the standard, typical, Alfa GT, the huge box and everything for the air intake. That will also be a very good video. I'm very excited. And there's some small things, styling things that's also coming. But the 2 major things is the Novitec GP1, throttle response, quickener, and air intake. But never mind that, let's now start with the manual. As you can see, the manual is very simply printed on normal A4 paper. It's 2 papers with 4 sides. But let's start with the right side and the first picture. This is pretty much a very straightforward instruction. It's nothing strange here, but this first picture is what took me like 4 hours. because I had problem with the battery. And with the intake hose was easy to get rid of, but since everything was connected to the fuse box. But underneath, you can see, underneath the battery on the right side, you have the gearbox and the selector. And here we see the gear shifter, which we need to loosen and which will be moved a little bit to the new ball head that we will install in the common picture. But here this is a bit of a difference between the different models. Because the GT model has a non-removable ball head joint, while the Alfa 146, 147, 156 have this removable, which you can adjust. On my GT, it's a completely rigid and it's a spring, it has a spring tension, so it's like auto adjusting itself all the time, but here it's a rigid, but you need to adjust it. So the next 4 pictures will be for you who has not got an Alfa GT, but the earlier models. And that fact is plainly spoken about in the text in the upper part of this picture. But here you see they are loosening and removing the ball head joint. Here is the new ball head joint. The old one you discard, here's the new one. And as you can see, it's now moved more to the left. And that will be the effect that will make the gear shifting much shorter. You move the ball head joint a little bit to the left, 2-3 centimeters. Of course, this is the part which I have not done, so that new ball head joint I have in a box in the garage because I didn't need to do this because I had the GT model and I cannot remove the standard ball head joint. Again, this is pretty much straightforward. You have 2 bolts that you loosen and on the, you can see that's the gear shift weight. It's just a weight for resistance, for, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, for resistance, more resistance when you shift gear. So you like loosen those 2 bolts and just let it drop. This picture is not very good because the 2 bolts you saw in the previous picture, which you take out, you can see them on the bottom there. You have 2 new long bolts that you will put in its place. And you have that, you see the shiny metal arm, that is the new ball head. But underneath that is 2 long metal cylinder that uses, so you have a distance from the gear weight and like 4 centimeters straight up. But that is not shown in this picture, and that is a bad description. But if you see in my video, I talk more about that and show more clearly what is happening underneath there. After you have fastened the metallic new gear shifter linkage length, or whatever you call it, this is a flat metal thing with the new ball head. You just grease it up and you press the gear shifter. You see the upper part which you installed when you took away the removable ball head joint. Grease it and just squeeze it together and they will just click together. This was very easy with the GT model. I just moved the whole arm, just pressed it on. The next 5 pictures is only for the removable head joint again. And this is a security pin that you need to attach that holds the fasten plate and of course the upper ball head joints. So by accident, because if they for some reason jump, you can't shift gears anymore. This is completely unnecessary on the GT because you have a plastic lock that you just twist and hold it together. And finally, we have the last picture, and that shows that you can adjust the shifter length by screwing it back and forth in order to find the neutral position, and that you can
get all the gears in. And again, this is completely useless on a GT model because it has a spring-loaded automatic gear shifter ball head length. So this is not necessary. I would say, since I have a GT, half of all this picture does not belong to me. It's for the older model, 147, 146, 156 models. This is for you. Well, that was all for this manual, actually. It's not very difficult.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked my going through the whole manual. It was not a very big manual, but it's interesting to see the difference, the two different ways how you can change the sport shifter depending on which model of Alfa you have. And well, hope you like the video, and please watch my other videos. And as soon as all my things comes with the post, I will do a lot of more videos. But until then, have a very good continuation of this weekend. Goodbye.